What's going on, guys? Patrick here, and welcome back to another video. This is going to be the first video of a series for the 2024 pretty much tutorial video series. I figured I'd start doing some tutorial series and kind of remake some new ones just so that so we have fresh videos and kind of keep up with them. So welcome to first video. So this video, we're going to be focusing on the tools that you're going to need to get started with window tinting. This entire tutorial series is going to be, from start to finish, pretty much everything you need to know to learn, from tools to what film does to installing everything. We're gonna put it all together for 2024. So first one we're gonna do is gonna be a tools video, basic tools and what you're gonna need. I have laid out pretty much everything that I use for installs. For window tinting, automotive window tinting, and we can go over plotters, we can go over hand cutting, everything. So first video, tools, okay? I'm gonna go over everything and what they all need and what they all do and what they all are, and we'll kind of go from there. First and foremost, you're gonna need some sort of a pouch. You can have, this one's a dirty pouch from Dirty Tools. I believe that's about $100 or $150. Comes with the belt. Doesn't come with this extra one. This is from a different belt. I like these belts just because they rest a little lower on your hips. The other tool belts, they rest right at your hips, and they end up when you sit down, tools end up stabbing you in the stomach. I believe I have an under. Here's this is like a basic 13 pocket pouch. I believe you can get these for about 20 bucks. So, and they're still good. They're still doable. So, I mean, if you want to spend 150 on a pouch, you can. But you can use a 13 pocket basic pouch as well for about 20 bucks. So that's not too bad. Moving, you're going to need some sort of measuring tape. The measuring tape is going to be to measure window film. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Knives, you're going to need some Olfa knives. These are actually red dots. The blades inside are Olfa, but these are from a company called NT, and these are officially the NT Cutter Pro A. So these red dot, they call them red dots in the industry. They're basically standard for the industry, like pretty much everyone uses red dots. So these differ from regular box cutters because if you can see closely here, I'll try to show you here, is that there's little rivets, tiny rivets here. So normally it would be like a full blade length, but you're able to just put a little bit of blade out. Like even right there, it's like the tiniest amount of blade, but there is some blade out. And then a second click is just a little bit. So that's the real difference between a knife that's suitable for window tinting and not. Some other box cutters, typical box cutters, have huge notches where you could basically extend a full blade length. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 clicks before I have a full blade length out there. So this is definitely needed for when you're doing hand cutting, because sometimes you just need a little bit of blade out. If you have too much of a blade out, then you could end up cutting more film, or you could end up damaging the car or things of that nature. So that's the difference between a tinting knife and something else. You don't have to use the red dot. It is an industry standard, but as long as you have multiple little bites here, then that's good to go. Most aprons you can get pretty much anywhere. I am going to talk about some of the tools that you can only get from like tint companies or tint tool companies or manufacturers, and some stuff that you can get pretty much anywhere. The red dots, you do have to get them from pretty much, if you go to NT, like tint company, like online specialty stores. But if you have ones with just a little bit of notches here and there, the little notches, if you can find that out, I think there are some at Home Depot or Lowe's. You can pick those up with the little notches, or you can go to a tint tool place and get these. So red dots are important. And then the blades itself, I haven't seen the 50 pack out. These are 9mm and these are stainless steel. If the pack is black, those are carbon. Don't use those. Don't get those. These are 9mm stainless steel blades. The Olfa pack, this is 50. I haven't seen these out and about. You typically have to go to a tint supply online store for the 50 pack, but you can get the 10 pack from like Home Depot or Lowe's. I do know that for a fact, but this is a 50 pack. Those are good. Again, Olfa knives, stainless steel, and then that's what you would use in the actual blade. Quick note too is that if you do get these NT red dots, it will come with a blade inside. Make sure you take that blade and throw it away, because that blade is garbage. Next, this one's from Tint Hosezilla, but it's pretty much like a vinyl or wrapper cutter, which I really, really love these, just because you can go ahead and trim the film on the car without having to cut actually on the car. So that's a good tool. Not a necessity, but definitely a good tool. And I think I have something similar as well right here. So this is just basically a 95-cent letter opener. Does the same trick as this. This is cool. So, but either way, you can use either or. Great for trimming and rough cutting, and we can go into hand cutting and how to hand cut properly. But this is good for rough cutting, and you don't have to worry about scratching up the car or anything like that. This is a blade box, a blade eater. Basically, I can use this box to break off blades in my pouch. And they're in here, nice and safe. I don't believe these are made anymore, but you can get regular blade eaters. Those are good just because you don't want to be snapping knives everywhere or blades everywhere, either in the trash or in a holder, which is safe. Sharpie. These Sharpies are designed for dark colors, so either get gold, get bronze, get silver. I think they sell these in a 3-pack as well, so you can definitely get these at any store. Varying amounts of smaller squeegees. I believe this is a 3-inch. I made this one and I made this one as well. But you're going to need some small squeegees. These small squeegees are going to be great for quarter windows and those smaller window areas that doesn't require like a huge installation squeegee like this right here. So you don't need 3. You could probably just have 1. I just had a bunch in my pouch, so that's what I had there. Let's see here. These are called, I forget what these are called. These are basically blade holders. These are 1-inch razor blade holders. I don't like holding razor blades in my hands. It's just, I've always used these, so I like using these. These you have to get at a tint company. These two you can't get regular squeegees out and about. These are about $1 each, I think. And these basically just hold 1-inch razor blades. It makes it a little bit easier to hold them. So that's what I use here. You don't have to. You can keep them in your hands, or you can get a holder as well. Scrub pads. I use the scrub pads from Tri-Edge. I used to use the white ones, like the standard generic white ones, but they ended up like flaking, and then those little white flakes would end up in my installation. So I stopped using those years ago. I just use the scrub pads. They come in a big pad, and I cut them down to put them on things, or I just keep them in my hands. I'll either razor blade a window or I'll scrub a window. It kind of just depends on the situation. We'll get to that, but some decent, good, high quality scrub pads are good. You can use the Scotch scrub pads also, but they have to be non-scoring. I don't know what color they are. I totally forget. I don't use them. I use these ones, but Scotch does have like scrub pads, but they have to be non-scoring, or else you can start scratching up glass. Next here, this is a smart card. They call it a smart card. It comes in silver, and I think it's come also in beige. I've seen it in beige. This is particularly great for shrinking windows. It's super soft and it's really good. Back in the day, they used to use like Bondo cards and Teflon cards, but I don't think anyone uses those still anymore. And you'd have to get like the really, really soft ones, like the white ones, I believe, are super soft. Different like durometers or hardnesses on them. Just use a smart card. They're very forgiving, and you don't typically put like a hard crease in film, and these are just really easy to work with. This is the original. This is my MacTac. I literally had this MacTac for 10 years. All you do is need to buy just one. It's called the MacTac, and it's just basically a thick felt card. I don't particularly use this a lot anymore. I use the smart card, but MacTacs are amazing, especially if you're just getting into the game. This one's old and disgusting. Don't look at it, but it is a MacTac. So once you start getting into shrinking back windows, this is really, really great, especially when you're starting, because it's very forgiving. If you go over an area that you haven't shrunk properly and you go over it with too hard of a card, you will crease the film. With a Mac Tack, it's much more forgiving, much more softer, and I'll show you some techniques once we get into back window shrinking. But a Mac Tack and a Smart Card are great for shrinking back windows. Both of these tools you do have to get from a specialty tint shop. Next one here is a Platinum Easy Reach. And it could just be an easy reach as well, whatever. There's a platinum and then there's a regular, but I use these to pull back windowsills and kind of get into the dirty, dark areas. So Platinum Easy Reach, again, you can get these at tool supply companies. I'm trying to go over what we can and can't use. A pink tri-edge card. This one, I use the pink. There's a number of different cards, but the pink one, I know that if you heat windows from the inside and need to shrink fingers from the inside, the pink will not melt. I believe the blue and the orange do melt. I just know the pink does not, and that's why I use the pink, because I can use it on the inside of window film, and if I need to shrink a finger inside, I can use it without it actually melting. So another specialty tool. This is basically a card cutter. So I use this to slice a new edge onto my cards, and then that way I have clean edges, because they do get used up and they do get burred up. And this card particularly, I only use this card majority of the time once I have the film installed, and only this card will use it, because this one will basically minimize the amount of marring or scratching that could occur during installation. A great tool. This one's a little chiseler. They come in pink. I've seen them in purple. I've seen them in all kinds of different colors. This is called the little chiseler, and this is a great hard tool to be able to work some creases out and work some debris out and things of that nature. Again, I'm going to go into further in depth once we start going into the actual installation videos and things of that nature of like what all these tools are actually used for. But I'm going over some of the tough stuff you're gonna need. So, little chiseler. I like a side swipe. There's swipe doctors and all kinds of other things. So this is called a side swipe. You're going to see me use these in the installation videos that I do. And then I have replacement blades for these, and I'll show you how to do that. I also double this up, and I put a special blade right here, right between the actual blade of the squeegee and the housing, and I super clean windshields before I do installations on windshields. We'll get to that also, but this is definitely a great tool. Next is going to be our installation squeegees. The way that I use this is some people use installation squeegees as a cleaning squeegee and as an installation squeegee. I'm going to show you guys how I do window tinting, and you guys can check out my style, kind of make your own style, check out other things. But I use a cleaning squeegee. I use one squeegee for cleaning and one squeegee for installation. My theory is that if I'm using the same squeegee to clean a window, well, that's dirt and contamination that I'm moving out of the way. And then I'm using that same squeegee to install. I could get dirt on it. It could start messing up the edges of my blade, things of that nature. So I have a cleaning squeegee, and then I have an installation squeegee. Particularly for this one is the Fusion 5 handle long. It has this like kind of buttstock stop. So I kind of like it. I feel like I get a lot more in there. They do have a Fusion 5 Shorty, which basically is just a little shorter here and doesn't have the stock stop. I like using these ones versus other ones because it's plastic, it's hard. When I got started, I was using Unger handles, and I was like cutting my hands up because it was metal, things of that nature. So this squeegee here, this one's a Blue Max. I usually don't run with a Blue Max. I actually don't even know how I got this Blue Max blade in here. But you can use a Blue Max. I do prefer an Orange Crush blade from Fusion. That's my go-to squeegee head. But yeah, this is an installation squeegee. And spray bottle. You can use a spray. This is a Zep bottle. You can get this from Home Depot. It's about $4. Got 25 ounces. That's markable, and you can use this for your slip solution. We use J&J, but we're also coming out with some other stuff here as well with dry shrink prep. We're going to be coming out with our own slip solution soon, and it's just basically you add your slip solution to your water, and then you use that for installations, for cleaning and for installing, and to make sure that the adhesive doesn't activate and stick instantly. You're able to go ahead and move the film into position and then squeegee it down. But you are going to need a sprayer or some sort of sprayer. This is just a regular sprayer. I also have spray tanks. Here's a true spraying tank system. This one I use for my architectural installations, and I have another one somewhere. I'm not really sure. Actually, it's in the van. It's in the van, actually. I have a 5-gallon tank sprayer as well. So we'll go over the different types of sprayer systems. But this is something that's really great and really affordable. $4, Home Depot or Lowe's. You can get Johnson's Baby Shampoo anywhere. But you are going to need some sort of sprayer and slip. These two are basically installation, back window installation. I'm missing one thing, actually. Hold on. Boo, 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 boo. Do, 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 do. Where am I? There it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Welcome to my garage. So these three are particular. You can use this for side windows as well, but these four tools, are going to be for back windows. So let's save those for last. Last thing here, microfiber towels. Microfiber towels are super important. These ones are super good. These ones I get from Walmart. They have the border on them. I think it's like $13 or $14 for 30 of them. So they're really great. They're really affordable. Once they get too dirty, it's no problem because they're literally like less than 50 cents a piece. You just toss it away and you're done. So microfiber towels, get a bunch of them because you're going to go through a bunch of them for sure. But these are definitely what you're going to need for at least sides and back. But these are going to be some specialty tools that you're going to need for back window installations. This is the Scrub It by Tri-Edge. This is the scrub pads that I was talking about. These are the ones that I cut down and use myself, or I put it on my reach tools as well. So again, these scrub pads, they come in refills on just the pads. There is a blue and then there is a brown. The brown is for everyday installations. Blue is a little bit more coarse and it's for removals and doing removals basically. So to really get that stubborn adhesive off. But I think I use either one. Either one, it really doesn't matter. But this just has so much surface area that I can go ahead and get a full back window cleaned so much faster versus like me having just like a little scrub pad, like me. Yeah, so big surface area. I can get a big window cleaned super fast, super quick. So, and you can use this for side windows too if you wanted to, if you didn't want to use a little one for your hands. But yeah, this is the Scrub It, and I like this one. And yeah, so this is a good one. This is called Scrubber. Right, this is a pretty standard scrubbing tool. So basically, it's just a long paddle with the hook side of Velcro, and you're able to go ahead and put scrub pads on there just like that. And then this is used to get back into behind third brake lights and get really low on the back windows of vehicles. So this is a really, really great cleaning and prepping tool. Last here, but not late, well, almost last. This is the bulldozer, and this is the auto bulldozer. So there's two different versions of this. This one's the auto bulldozer. The regular bulldozer, these ribs right here keep going through the length of it. I believe that's more used for architectural, even though I've never used one. But yeah, you're gonna definitely need this for back window installations. It helps get behind the very bottom of the decks or behind third brake lights. Does come with like a little lip right there. I'll show you guys how to use this. There are all kinds of different tools as well. Once you want to do some more research and whatever, you can get all kinds of tools, but there's all kinds of different back window installation tools. I've used them all, and this is by far the very best one you want to get. So, or the best one for me. Again, there are a lot of different tools out there. So, you know, maybe you like my style. Maybe you want to use all the tools I do. Maybe you want to try other tools and throw it and make your own, make your own tool selection and whatnot. So I'm just giving you the tools that I use, that I know work, that are tried and true and tested. So auto bulldozer. And last but not least, this is Dry Shrink Prep. Dry Shrink Prep is the healthy alternative to dryer sheets. I also am the owner of Dry Shrink Prep, and I sell Dry Shrink Prep. And let me see if I can find one here. So this is what our Dry Shrink Prep starter sets look like. One of these will last about 3 to 6 months if you're going 6 cars a day, 6 days a week. We've been selling that for about 5 years now. It's just a healthy alternative to dryer sheets. It's a really great product. I'll show you guys how to use it once we get to that video section where we're just like we're able to prep the back glass and get it prepped with the proper product and able to go ahead and throw window film on there right away without waiting. So pretty much these are all the tools that you're gonna need. Very quickly, I'm just gonna try to throw some of the tools that you cannot get out and about in the real world. Scrub pads, those ones, yes. Yes, I think that's it. So all these tools right here, you have to go to like a specialty window tint tool company that sells tint tools or your manufacturer to get these particular tools. Go ahead and take a look. Perfect. And now all these right here, I mean, not these because the scrub pads have to actually go here, but you can find scrub pads out and about in the real world and kind of get those as well. You can find cutters, you can find Olfa blades from Home Depot, you can find a box cutter. You don't have, if you want to get the red dots, you have to, they're going to be in this section where you have to get them from a tool company, but you can get regular knives like that just have small teeth and use that as well. Spray bottle, Home Depot, Lowe's for like $4. Johnson & Johnson, you can go and get that at Walmart or pretty much anywhere. Sharpies you can get anywhere. These you can get anywhere. Oh, that one's over there. That pocket pouches, you can pretty much use any apron, to be honest. There are aprons out there you can get from Home Depot. So this is kind of like back and forth. It can be either or. That particular one is a tint specific tool pouch. But you can get pretty much any apron. And these ones, I'm not 100% sure. I think I've seen these out and about in the real world also, but they're much more expensive. You can get these for like $1 or $2 or $3. I don't know. They're much cheaper than getting them like out there. And the only other thing that you're gonna need that I haven't shown you, maybe I should get those. I don't have those in the, I can't get those right now because the van's full. It's gonna be 1-inch razor blades. They're gonna be stainless steel. I use the Gem ones, G-E-M, and I just basically just use those. They're stainless steel 1-inch razor blades. They're great for installs. And that's pretty much it. Those are all the tools you're pretty much gonna need besides the window film. These are all your tools that you're gonna need to get started with window tinting. If you guys have any questions or concerns, shout outs, make sure to comment below. I hope you guys like this video, and we're gonna have more videos coming up in 2024 to go over the entire training series. So thanks again. Have a great one, guys.